it's Kathleen at Kathleen Elise. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust my video. There we go. Okay, so I've been getting some questions from my students about what are some really good resources that we can use that we know are solid, and we're going to get good information that everybody uses, or that will just really help us elevate our not only writing, particularly the writing aspect of it. You know, you're in business, you're trying to present a professional face, and you want to get ahead, so you want to present an even better professional face than your counterparts. So you're looking for something solid and reliable that you can go to that will help you write as a native speaker, but as a well-educated native speaker, someone who is proficient in the language and therefore can really, what's the word I'm looking for? Shine a light on your gifts and abilities to do your job, your immense talent in the job that you're doing. So as a writer, as you can see, I have a bazillion books, and that's not even the beginning of them. So these are all the books I keep handy to work with every day. And as you can see right here, there's a whole space. So these are all the books I'm going to show you. And I have a particular order, and we'll go through them. Now I'm realizing that everything is reversed. So a standard pocket dictionary, as you can see, this one I use all the time. It's been through lots of coffee spills and things. But my favorite, what version is this? This is the Oxford Mini Reference Dictionary and Thesaurus. This is an older one. 1997, this one is. So if you can find an updated version, clearly you can use that. I happen to like using older versions because I like the purity of the language. I find that you really get a much better understanding of the true meanings of the words that you're using when you use older dictionaries. That doesn't mean the new ones are useless, because clearly you want to be in the modern world. So, use the one that works best for you. But I carry this everywhere. It is right at my fingertips when I'm working. I bring it, if I work outside, if I go to a coffee shop, anywhere I go, I always have my dictionary. And this one has, it obviously, like all dictionaries, it gives you the part of speech, it gives you the different definitions. This also gives you synonyms, which therefore allow you to figure out other ways to, like antonyms, or you can dig deeper into the word because it has a synonym. So synonyms, not cinnamon. That goes on my coffee. So for example, if I'm looking to, just say I'm using the word motion, for example, and I want a better way to say it. Say motion isn't exactly what I want. Say I want, to be more eloquent, or it's a little bit more descriptive in it. Well, here, yes, it says moving or movement, formal proposal put towards a meeting for discussion. So clearly, if you're making a motion for a product development, to start product development, what have you, maybe there's another word you want to use. So you can then look at the synonyms and look those up in the book and go from there. So I highly recommend getting a portable dictionary. This one has been with me through thick and thin, and it's the Oxford Mini Reference Dictionary and Thesaurus. I will find links to these and put them in the description. They might not be there immediately, so keep checking back. And if they are an affiliate link, I will make note of that. Generally, I don't have affiliate links, So I just like to let you know what I use. So that's the first one that I can't live without. The second one, and I took the cover off because I don't like ripped covers. This is the Chicago Manual of Style, and this is the 17th edition. I believe there is an 18th edition, so you might want to check that. It's clearly a big book. What I do is I break it out in sections. I don't know if you can see them, with all my little tabs, and I reference the tabs, and they're color coded. And then the index is even tabbed for the alphabet. It takes a minute to get used to, but this is essential if you are going to be writing and you want to be taken seriously. This is, for the most part, unless you're doing like newspapers or you have a specific field of study that requires specific writing style, then this is the go-to, the Chicago Manual of Style. Now they have the hardcover book. You can, when you go online, if you look up CMOS, CMOS online, you'll find the Chicago Manual of Style website, and you can. It's expensive, but it is worth every penny and more. So you can do an online version. Only you can do the book and the online version, which I do. The online version is a annual, like there'll be a limit, and then you'll have to renew it. But whereas the book you do only every so often, so you can decide what works best for you. But it is absolutely invaluable, and I use this all the time, just several times a week at the very least. So definitely do that. It gives you the publishing process if you're trying to be a writer, or if you have something that you need to publish. It goes through style and usage. It talks about grammar, punctuation, word usage. So specific words that you might have trouble with, it goes through all of that. Syntax, proofreading, which is critical. It tells you how to cite sources and indexing, and there's a glossary and then its own index. So this I use all the time. I keep it readily available in this spot right here. All of these books go in that spot. So that's the second one. And the third one, again, you can find your own version that works for you, and this is an older version, so again, you can find the updated one, but it never hurts to have multiple editions of these different types of books, because it helps you to see how the language has developed, so from 1990 or 97, whichever one this is, how has the language changed? This is an inexpensive way to give yourself a little linguistic cultural journey here. So there's that. And so this is Modern American Usage, or a guide, and it's by Wensberg. And again, this is an older edition. And a lot of these you can either buy them online, or if your library's having a book sale or something, you can pick these up inexpensively. This is from 98, I think, as well. But like, for example, here, I just marked a page in the Modern American Usage. It talks about different words and, what the confusions are in using them. And it walks through how the best, most effective way to use the word today in today's language. So it walks you through, what are you trying to accomplish with the word? Can you accomplish it with this? And if so, this is the way to go about it. So it talks here about just the word contact. It's a verb, and it talks about that it was never used to mean as we use it now, it was never used to mean to connect with someone. Like, I'm connecting with you right now. Maybe if this were a video call, we nowadays would say, oh, let's connect. Or sorry, not connect, contact. Oh, contact me. We all have our contact pages. Well, this goes on to explain that contact simply means that there's surfaces that are touching. So in its truest form, we're using the word wrong. But this again shows you how and then it goes on to explain how it developed into the way we use it today, about connecting through a meeting, or call me, contact me, things like that. So these types of things are super helpful as well, and this will help you to be able to know that you're using it correctly in the circumstance that you're dealing with. So again, modern American usage, this is the one I use. Again, I use the older versions because I don't tend to update my books that often, although talking about it now, I really should. The one thing I do update as often as I can is the Chicago Manual of Style, because they are the ultimate word in general on the English language and how it's used, particularly in writing. So then the other one that I go to, I was going to save this for last, but because they're so helpful at filling in gaps, and also finding other ways to explain things, because sometimes these big technical books, like the big technical books, sometimes the language is academic and not everybody learns in an academic manner. So I like to buy old grammar school, like elementary school textbooks, or this one's a high school, I think. I like to buy old textbooks. And again, let me see when this one is from. This one, 1958 was the last iteration on this one. Just an English grammar and composition book. And again, because they're geared for the grade school children up through 17 or so, it simplifies all of the academic grammar that you might read in the bigger books, but it just gives you different viewpoints. So if you get grammar books like these, again, this was from, what did I just say, 50 something, 1950 something, getting different types of grammar books in front of you gives you different explanations, so you can find the one that registers for you and makes sense to you. And a lot of times what I'll do is I might take, okay, this little book might have helped me some of the way, and then I might go to another book and that helps me, oh yeah, that makes more sense combined with the information I just learned, and then that helps me to make full sense of the information in the bigger book. So super helpful, especially if you're trying to elevate your language. You can never have too much information on the development of the language. You can never have too many explanations, at least not in my experience. So really consider that. Go to your libraries. Ask your librarians, make use of your librarians, make friends with your librarians, because not only do they know where to find things in the library, but they're super knowledgeable on what each type of resource does and how it will help you and what the best ones are out there. So go to your libraries just for the fun of it. Go to work, soak up the atmosphere, check out their book sales. I used to volunteer at my local library to help organize and run their book sales, and all of that money will go back into the library. So you're supporting your library while you're also gaining valuable information for yourself. And then two more real quick. This was supposed to be a quick video, but I love my language. I love to use it. So here we go. When you're writing this, in addition to the Chicago Manual of Style, this book, the best punctuation book, period. You can't really, again, it's backwards. A comprehensive guide for every writer, editor, student, and business person. So this will help you explain, it will help explain all the different types of punctuation, how they're used, the different ways you use them, where you can go wrong in using them. You know, this one here, apostrophes to prevent confusion when forming plurals. So, and it's just super simple. This whole section is on the period. And so I don't know if you can see this, period. And on this side of the page, it actually, the tab marker is the punctuation mark. So you always have that reference of what it looks like. And then explanations of all the different types of uses. And it even talks about email addresses and URLs, telephone numbers, how to punctuate before and after, and it has a little grid. Not sure what you can see. Is that better? Yeah. So it gives a brief explanation and then where to find it, the page that you can find it on. So it's super, super helpful, strictly for punctuation. And then the final one I want to show you is the elements of editing, a modern guide for editors and journalists. So even though, yes, it specifies journalism in there, editing, you have to edit your work if you want to elevate your English and elevate your ability to communicate in English. You have to proofread, you have to edit, you have to revise, you have to work at it. They're simple steps. They can be tedious, but as you see your work get better and better, it's exciting. And I love editing. I love proofreading. And I love helping students develop their own writing style through this whole editing process. So it explains all about what the process is. It talks about the relationship between the writer and the editor, and how the editing process actually brings out your creativity. And it's just amazing. So, and then it goes on, you know, troubleshooting. It talks about how you edit. It walks you through the process, all the different types of editing. It's just super, super valuable. So the elements of editing, a modern guide for editors and journalists. Again, I use these all the time. It's a big hole there that you can see, and that is right within reach, so I never not know where they are. So as soon as I find appropriate links for them, I will put them in, and I will make note of whether it's an affiliate or not. But I just wanted you to have some places to go to, you know. So what I'd like you to do is really go through them and tell me in the comments below if you have any go-to references that you use that have never failed you. Let's share the wealth. If something, just because these work for me doesn't mean they work for everybody. Although I do recommend Chicago Manual of Style and a really good dictionary for yourself. But just again, because they work for me, they might not work for you, but at least this will give you an idea of where to start. So, and why you need the different types of references. So again, just drop it in the comments what's worked for you. Maybe that will help someone else with their English journey to their advanced fluency. And don't forget to subscribe, follow me, and I will, again, I'll leave the links. So it's great talking with you. I hope this helps. Let me know again in the comments how this helped you. Thanks. Bye.